chess commencement. Please remember to practice social distancing both inside and outside the building. Please choose a seat in sections A through H of the bleachers and position your feet on the Trojan stickers. Allow one person per sticker. This will help protect the safety of all those in attendance. Once the ceremony concludes, students will pick up their diplomas and will not return to the field house. Please plan to exit the field house and meet your students outside. Thank you for supporting your students by attending today.
Please take a seat as we're about to begin the program. Please take a seat. Good morning and welcome. Please stand to honor our graduates.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
The administration and the class of 2020 would like to proudly recognize staff members that have given multiple years of their life to education. As I introduce each retiring teacher, would you please stand? Mrs. Kelly Autry taught 40 years at Newcastle High School. Mr. Stephen Bennett, a total of 40 years, 23 of those at Newcastle High School. Mr. John Bertzel has been with Newcastle High School for 35 years. Mrs. Susanna Criswell, an educator for 26 years at Riley Elementary. Mrs. Chris Dicken, 20 years at Newcastle High School. Mrs. Nancy Dickerson, a total of 38 years and 27 of those years for Newcastle, most recently at Parker Elementary. Mr. Darrell Norick has given Newcastle High School students 39 years. Mr. Barry Pratt retired in 2011 from the middle school and worked the last 4 years at the high school. Mrs. Linda Shore, a total of 42 years and 32 of those years at Newcastle High School. Mrs. Pamela Tower, Eastwood Elementary, gave 42 years to the Newcastle Community School Corporation. And Mr. William Bill Wessler has devoted 51 years of his life to the Newcastle Community School Corporation at the high school level. Let's give them a round of applause. These 11 staff members being recognized here today represent 339 years in education for our school corporation, and we thank them. Since 1968, the Shapiro Award has been given annually to the retiring educator who's made the greatest contribution in length of service to Newcastle Community School Corporation during his or her career. In memory of Joseph Shapiro, whose active participation, interest, and generosity towards the progress of Newcastle, and particularly its schools, was an integral part of his life. This year we have a retiring teacher with 51 years of service. The 2020 Shapiro Award recipient is Mr. William Bill Wessler.
Good morning. My name is Emily, and I have been a student in the Newcastle School District my entire life. Many of my fellow classmates may know me as the loud and talkative girl, and I have embraced these traits. Being a student at Newcastle High School has allowed me to grow into the young adult that I am today, and I think many of my fellow classmates have experienced similar forms of self-growth. We always knew this day would come, but we probably imagined it happening a little differently. We all dreamed of the perfect senior year. However, the coronavirus had a different idea for us and everyone else. From attending our last Renaissance rally to participating in our spring sports, to having our dream senior prom, and to attending all of the senior week activities. These are the moments that we never thought would be taken from us. A huge thank you to our administrators for coming up with a solution during these tough times. Without their hard work, we would not be able to stand in the world's largest and finest fieldhouse and depart from our childhood to begin our future. Some of my fondest memories in Newcastle High School have come from winning the volleyball state championship 3 years in a row. The volleyball team always appeared as a serious and focused group on the court, but behind the scenes, we got pumped up in the locker rooms before games, participated in our annual day of caring, and struggling through tough practices while still having a good time. These moments where we bonded the most, I think, led to our team's success throughout the state tournament. I entered my freshman year shyly attending football games like any other freshman would, and I ended my senior football season with my fellow classmates at the front row of the student section, blasting off confetti cannons, and even persuading our administrators to let us paint our bodies in school spirit. Newcastle has always been a place that supports their students in extracurricular activities, and I think the student section was a great example of this. Other great examples include raising money for Riley Dance Marathon even during the coronavirus, cheering on the cheerleaders at their state tournament, attending the spring sing, and people from all over the county coming to attend our fabulous plays, like my personal favorite, The Importance of Being Earnest. Throughout supporting the students in the extracurricular activities, I have met many people that I otherwise would not have met. I have also bonded with my fellow students in the classroom. For everyone who took Spanish 1 with Miss Law, the fashion show we completed in her class was for one of us to be goofy with one another. This was a memorable assignment to me because it was so out of the box. In my anatomy lab in Bert Dogg's class, dissecting cats was a gross concept to me at first. However, with my fellow lab partners, Madison Trusty and Dakota Durick, we saw how fascinating anatomy can actually be. Lastly, Mr. Thompson's creative teaching habits made chemistry my favorite class I took at Newcastle, and has persuaded me to continue science in my future. I'm a very competitive person, and I don't take losing lightly, so his competitions he created for review games really drove me to study more. Newcastle also has outstanding programs that allows their students to find their passions. The Newcastle Career Center brings in students from 8 different school corporations and lets them jumpstart their future. I know many of you have had positive experiences while participating in this program. A program I participated in at Newcastle High School was the Peer Program. In Peer, we visited a different elementary school buddy every day of the week and provided academic and emotional support to them. I think I left a lasting impact on these students because every time I see them in public, they always run up and ask me how I'm doing. But I believe they left an even bigger impact on me because I realized to be there for others no matter the cost. Although it may be hard to say goodbye, we must keep in mind the great words of Hannah Montana in her song, I'll Always Remember You. Yesterday's gone, we gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moments. I'm so glad I got to know you. The times that we had, I'll keep like a photograph and hold you in my heart forever. I'll always remember you. Thank you, Newcastle High School, my family, and all of you. You have touched my life, and I will always remember you.
Although this year has been one to remember, On behalf of the class of 2020, I would like to thank the parents and the faculty for being patient and supporting us in this unorthodox time.
Please bow your heads and join us in prayer.
Dear God, thank you for this time we have together today. I pray that you will bless our class and whatever we do. Please guide us and protect us as we start a new journey. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
Students, staff, members of the Newcastle School Board, parents, family, and friends. We gather today to recognize 222 students who have met the academic rigors required by the Newcastle High School and the Newcastle Community School Corporation. This group of students have met the challenge of completing all academic requirements, participated in multiple state and national assessments, and are prepared to meet the challenges of tomorrow. This class has its own unique personality and has left a positive mark on Newcastle High School. Some relevant notes or facts about this class. This class has a very talented and diverse top 10 led by our valedictorian and salutatorian. This class has earned over $237,000 in scholarships from the Henry Community Foundation and other local donors. What a giving community we live in. We have students who have earned thousands of college credits from IU, Ball State, the Career Center, and Ivy Tech. The class of 2020 has also received over $1 million in college scholarships from their prospective universities. This class also dominated in athletics, producing state volleyball championships, the famous three-peat, with some of the greatest volleyball players who ever graced this hallowed floor. A clutch boys soccer sectional title over Yorktown. Several state bowling qualifiers, and a courageous gymnastics team that overcame significant barriers to make their state run on March 7th at Worthen Arena. We also had several accomplished student athletes that will be playing at the next level, and multiple all-state and academic all-state student athletes. Our seniors also made a strong mark on the fine arts and other extracurriculars with multiple state placements in band, choir, show choir, theater productions, and speech and debate. Many of these seniors are taking these artistic talents to a variety of universities. This class helped usher in a new tradition at Newcastle High School, the Glow Dance. This event was awesome, and there's still paint evident outside in our courtyard, and we thank Mrs. Foster and Mrs. Bowman for organizing this new tradition. This group also accomplished so much more through the Governor's Work Ethic Program, PEER, National Honor Society, Achievement Day, state academic competitions, and academic and technical honors recipients. We have a theme here called Celebrating Our People, in which we want to accomplish great things academically, athletically, in fine arts, vocationally, and in our relationships with others. And then we want to celebrate those accomplishments accordingly. Our seniors bought into this theme, and we are here today, July 18th, to celebrate. The class of 2020 helped put people over programs, positivity over negativity, and perseverance over giving up. Yes, this class could have done so much more this spring semester, losing prom, senior week activities, a traditional commencement ceremony, and extracurriculars. I would have loved to seen our spring play, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I would have loved to seen our veteran #1 doubles girls tennis team make a run to the state. I would have loved to seen our unified track team compete at a high level. It would have been exciting to see the Spring Fling musical show and watch our academic teams compete in person at state tournaments. We missed out on the Renaissance Rally in late March. We also were not able to celebrate our retiring teachers and so much more. However, I challenge you to not let the current limitations in society and in your life because of this pandemic define you. I'm confident that you will persevere and display resiliency during these uncertain times and make your mark in the near future at colleges and universities or in the workforce. Let's choose not to be victims, but to model to others that our next successes will define us, not the troubles of these last few months. This endeavor is not easy, but I am confident that young people in your shoes can and will achieve greatness in your personal and professional life. Let your upcoming successes define you the most. Once again, the class of 2020 was very supportive of their classmates, even in the worst of times. Many of them have faced very difficult circumstances to get to graduation, but they made it, despite things beyond their control. This class truly has a special place in the hearts of our school and our community stakeholders. At this time, we would like to recognize 4 students going into the military from the class of 2020. Please hold your applause until I've read all 4 names. Private Marley Bell joined the Army in January of this year. She attended basic training in Fort Jackson, South Carolina. She is now stationed at Fort Sam in Houston, Texas, as an AIT combat medic. She will be going on to airborne school for training to become a 3rd-generation paratrooper. Jace Downs joined the Army and left on Tuesday, July 14th. He is stationed at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Sam Latham joined the Army and shipped in June. He is stationed at Fort Benning, Georgia. Carter Witham is our only senior here today. Carter has joined the Marines and he will ship in December or January. He will attend boot camp at the Marine Corps Recruit Depot in San Diego, California. Best wishes to all these students. Carter, will you please stand and be recognized? We are also very proud of our students that take advantage of the college offerings previously mentioned at our high school through the Career Center, Ivy Tech, Ball State, Indiana University. We would like to ask the students to stand that are seated on the east side of the floor and be recognized for earning their certifications or first year of college through courses at Ivy Tech. Please stand, students, and be recognized. Thank you. These students and others are basically entering college as sophomores or are entering the workforce with established certification or licensure. We would also like to congratulate our top 10% of our students in this class. They are seated mostly on the west side of the floor. This is a great accomplishment, and we honor you. Please stand to be recognized, the top 10% of the class of 2020. Thank you. And finally, in just a few minutes, over 200 students will advance across this stage. They have all achieved this honor and therefore deserve our recognition equally. So that all names may be heard, we request that you reserve your applause for your student until the end, when we can recognize all of our graduates appropriately. Dr. Shoemaker, and the members of the Newcastle Community School Board, in accordance with the rules and regulations of the state of Indiana and the Newcastle Community School Corporation, the members of the class of 2020 present here this morning have indeed met the requirements for graduation. Mrs. Maria French and I present to you the members of the class of 2020 for graduation.
Good morning, graduates. You have experienced a senior year truly like no other. You are to be commended for your resilience, and we wish you all the best in life. I would like to acknowledge Mr. Ammon, Mr. Middleton, Mr. King, the school staff, for their perseverance in holding this commencement celebration. Graduation ceremonies look differently all across the nation this year, but this team was committed to make sure that the class of 2020 had a dignified, traditional celebration right here in the field house. Please join me in showing our appreciation for their efforts. On behalf of the members of the school board, I extend my congratulations to each of the graduates assembled here today. You represent the successful culmination of several years of education in our school system. It is now time for the presentation of the diplomas. Mrs. French, will you please read the roll?
Andrew Michael Glover, valedictorian. Cooper Niles Roosh, salutatorian. Aiden Maxwell Thurman, class president. Abby Lynn Hamilton, vice president. Darby Malin Williams, secretary. Chloe Gabrielle York, treasurer. Carter Cooper Witham, Marines. Emily Nicole Scott, speaker. Austin Lane Morgan. Sarah Elizabeth Girth. Connor Perry Evans. Jackson Isaac Malott. Luke Michael Carter. Titus William Regal. Hattie B. Broyles. Andrew Philip Nip. Savannah Grace Bertram. Blake Edward Hammond. Molly Lucille Welch. Sage Elizabeth Reeves. Peyton Rain Marsh. Tyland Nevaeh McGuire. Andrew Robert Nelson. David Timothy Wilkinson. McKenna Rain Budry Geating. Chloe Elaine Ayers. Ashlyn K. Carey. Nathan Lee Gwynn. Tyler Lee Decker. Brady James Furley. Lucas Isaiah Lee Ham. Haley Relaine Howard. China Leanne Hernandez. Caitlin J. Nunn. Spencer Ross Pratt. Carvin Lee Silvers. Keely Autumn Smith. Sierra Haley Nicole Sorrell. Emily Elizabeth Hope Thurlow. Alexander John Abrams. Tanner Ross Thomas Alsop. Spencer Kyle Allenbaugh. Derek James Eminette. Jaden McKenna Archie. Trenton Cole Archie. Luke Patrick Adderson. Noah Christopher Hall. Lauren Kennedy Ayers. Brianna Cheyenne Bell. Alexis Jolene Blackbird. Shelby Ann Blattner. Colin Michael Blessinger. Alyssa Lee Bodenhammer. Alex Daniel Boyd. Kirsten Nicole Brown. Paxton Nicole Burks. Caleb Adam Hill Carter. Daisha Maria Chandler. Cheyenne Michelle Clayson. Jarrell Allen Cody. Michaela Paige Coomer. Kaylee Cheyenne Cowan. Joseph Michael Cunningham Bennett. Ethan Andrew DeArmond. Corey Michael Deck. Zoe Ariane Disherman. Madison Elizabeth Douglas. Mackenzie Danielle Downs. Cassidy May Duker. Samara Faye Dunton. Dakota James Durick. Mackenzie Renee Edwards. Daniel Isaac Escamilla. Alyssa Ann Flockhart. Denver Allen Ford. Donald Ray Ford. Elizabeth Kathleen Frost. Alyssa Lynn Grimm. Zachary Blake Guffey. Kristen Leanne Brooke Hancock. Joey Rianne Hansen. Devin Allen Harding. Jalea Bree Harris. Tyler Sean Jared Harrison. William Timothy Hayes. Benjamin Thomas Head. Stephen David Head. Alyssa Faith Hicks. Mackenzie Danette Hill. Allie Shay Holcomb. Rachel Ashlyn Holcomb. Michael Matthew Holmes. Tyler Ray Holmes. Jaden Maya Hoots. Kelsey Marie Hoots. Faith Cheyenne Irwin. Christopher Corbin Jarvis. Ariel June Johnson. Ashlyn K. Johnson. Michaela Renee Johnson. Allison Danielle Jones. Deanna Danae Jordan. Hunter Keith Kiefer. Alexa Paige Marie Knapp. Alexis Simone Lane. Michael Blaze LaRosa. Maria Ann Lee. Wyatt Alden Linz. Garrett Paul Lovelace. Cassidy Jean Luna. Damian Manuel Luna. Corbin Michael Madden. Kaylin Raven Rain Marshall. Aaliyah Lynn Faith Martin. Christopher Andrew Massengale. Colin Royce McCroby. Noah Christian Merida. Blade Thomas Miller. Victoria Lee Minnick. Noelia Yolanda Molina. Seth Thomas Dean Moore. Destiny Rose Myers. Logan M. Nash. Lauren Marie Nicholson. Noah Enrique Niles. Jordan Nicholas Page. Grace Darlene Patrick. Benjamin David Peavy. Joseph Clinton Petty. Isaac Wayne Piercy. Sabrina Leanne Jean Piper. Connor Reed Poe. Ethan Gordon Pollitt. Christina Marie Poole. Sierra Dawn Pratt. Amaya Brianne Pribble. Mary Catherine Price. Rachel Keegan Lee Prince. Caitlin Josie Privet. Candy Marie Purvis. Taylor Ellen Maria Radke. Latrina Jane Helen Ray. Paige Ryan Richards. Brevin Ryan Rigney. Allison Nicole Riley. Ariana Marie Robinson. Jasmine Arlene Romero. Daphne Joanne Romp. Kate Ellen Schmeiser. Justice Allison Scott. Kendra Madison Sears. Haley Lynn Shoemaker. Kelsey Leanne Simpkins. Emily Chantel Slavey. Bailey Nicole Smith. Cole Alexander Smith. Taylor Paige Snell. Alyssa Eve Stearns. Kelsey Dawn Stearns. Mackenzie Irene Steele. Skylar Robert Stevenson. Adam Michael Stewart. Jamera Jane Tate. Mackenzie Rochelle Terrell. Taylor Austin Thomas. Skylar Grace Thompson. Stella Louise Tompkins. Harley Elaine Tower. Zachary Ray Truitt. Madison Taylor Trusty. Micah Grace Turney. Jacob Ross Upchurch. Andrea Estania Voiles. Paisley Ann Marie Webster. Cassidy Lee West. Sabra Nicole Willoughby. Garrett Patrick Yap. Edward Usack.
Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you the graduating members of the class of 2020. Let's give them one more round of applause.
4 years feels like friends forever. 4 years feels like waking up. 20 minutes till that bell rings. Thank God I don't ride the bus anymore.
5 minutes till they start our last show. Cows and gals, all our friends. Oh no, the band's already playing. Wonder when I'll hear that sound again. So take a good look at us, all that we've been, all that we've seen. Take a picture, hang it up, fill it with our love and memories. Take a good look at us. Come tomorrow, we fly away free. Hometown sweethearts in the hallway, working on their chemistry. As another ball is bouncing to old fight songs and floor routines, we lift it up. But did we get enough? So take a good look at us, all that we've been, all that we've seen. Take a picture, hang it up, fill it with our love and memories. Take a good look at us. Come tomorrow, we fly away free.
To late night dances, later parties.
All the times we said we're sorry, just to hurt and laugh and grow. No, I won't forget you, so I'll take a good look at us. All that we've been, all that we've seen. Take a picture, hang it up, fill it with our love and memories. Take a good look at us. Take a good look at us. Come tomorrow, we fly away free. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark.